Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Come back on my YouTube channel. Hello, my name is Devista Aripunama from PBI2. Now, I will tell you about my final report, which is about technology, which help the student and the teacher for learning a language. So this application is Memrise application. So the first, I want to tell you about the background why I choose that application. You can see this slide. Okay, in the first slide, Memrise application is a free-based Android application with the education category for learning English. But in this application, it is not only for English language. There are so many languages in this application. So that's why this application is recommended for you for learning English. This application is good for you for learning English. And then in this application, there are literature, mathematics, science, natural world, history, and so on. And then the second reason is there are some quizzes in this application. So you can try yourself to do the quiz after you learn the material. And then the last reason is this application is informative application. Yes, of course, because in this application you can get many information and knowledge. For example, in a language, so you can get new vocabulary, and then you can know how to pronounce the word or a sentence, and then after that you can know well about a grammar and so on. Okay, the second slide. So there are 10 questionnaires for 10 respondents. The first, do you know about Memrise application? What do you think about Memrise? The third is, what is a positive effect for the students? The fourth, what is the interesting of a Memrise? 5, is it a good for studying in Memrise application? 6, when you start to join that application? 7, who are the people give the information of the application? And then 8, is it effective in teaching or and learning process? And then 9, what is the weakness of Memrise application? And then the last is, what is the strongest of this application? Okay, then the next, I got some reference for this information. There are 3 reference. So that there is about the definition about Memrise application, and then what is the function of Memrise application, and then what is the advantage and disadvantage of Memrise application, and then after that we can know how to use that application. Okay, next is how to apply Memrise application in teaching. Okay, I will tell you. The first one, you can tell your students to find that application in their handphone in a Play Store. And then after that, create an account like this. And then you choose a username or sign in with a Facebook. And then the third, choose a course like this in the language section of the site alone, because in this application there are over 200 language available. There are so many for you. Okay, for a course may be divided into levels, so it is easier to manage. You can see this. Okay, there are so many levels, start from the first level till 12 level. So in the first level it easy, and then difficult, and then too difficult, like that. And then in the level, so there are some materials, like for example for an English language, the first level it is about the word. So we know how to pronounce it well, and then we know about how do you say in English this, how do you say in English this, like that. And then in the level, so you can find how to pronounce it. And then the 5, you can get many vocabularies. Yes, also you can get new vocabularies and so on. And then the 6, you can know how to pronounce it well. So you can try to look how to pronounce it, the word in that application, because there are the way how to pronounce a word or a sentence. And then the 7, there are scores for your quizzes. Yes, of course, after you do the quiz, so there are the scores, how much your scores after you do that quiz. Okay, and then for the method, the next is about a method. So in a mini research, I use online interview. So an online interview is online research method conducted using computer or your handphone communication, such as instant messaging, email, video, and so on. And in this mini research, I use via WhatsApp. Online interviews like offline interviews, so there are same. Typically ask responder to explain what they think or how they feel about an aspect of their social work. Interviews are especially useful for understanding the meanings participants assign to their activities, their perspectives, motives, and experience. So in this mini research, I asked them like as they use this application, so it means that I asked them about their experience, and then I asked them about their perspective, like as is it good for you or extra, and so on. Okay, the next is there are 10 respondents. Okay, it is via online WhatsApp. Okay. The next, I will try to find the result about this mini research. So memorize application result. 75% use the application because they know this application will help them to learn English language. And then 20% they know about this application but do not use this application because they said that it needs a quota to open it. And then 5% they don't know about this application, but they said that they will use this application. Okay, the next is the data. Okay, the data from the mini research. First, 75% of the respondents know about memorize application. And then second, almost all respondents said that memorize is good and effective application for learning language. And then the third, most of respondents said this application is good for learning a language. And then fourth, almost the respondents are this application give more information or knowledge for them. 5, responders said that in this application have many language for learning. It is not English language, and because there are so many language, 200 more. Almost responders said that the application is a very interesting and there are assignment and games because sometimes the student will bored when teaching when learning focus about the material, so they need a game like that. And nonetheless, almost the responder said that this application is easy to access anywhere because this application can use in your mobile phone, so you can access it anywhere in your college, your home, your in the garden, and so on. Okay, so the conclusion, I take the conclusion of this mini research is, so 7 out of 10 know about this application and said this application is a very good for learning a language. Okay, I think that's all for me. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.